What's up? What's going on, fellas? Back at it with another link with you, me, and the other guy. And today we have a couple of things we might get to, but we're just going to be feeling it out, getting back in the swing of chatting with each other, and hopefully give you guys some new info.
Catching some fish, talking some talks, maybe do a little update right there or not. You know,
Never know. Stick around and see.
I know what I'm gonna
We
do.
gotta
I'm
find.
gonna catch a whale today.
Oh my gosh, you got big ambitions. He's like Moby
Oh,
Dick in
I'm a
this.
tiny guy. Everything's big.
Holy shit! I have the fucking Silent Hill fucking perspective on. I can't see shit in front of me.
What do I? Oh, you do?
Yeah. It's like
I'm sure all
really,
my
really low
big
render.
is good. But yeah, how's Happy New Year.
Happy
Probably.
New Year. Basically, yeah, we're finally posting this after the New Year at least, but just
Mm-hmm.
had some holiday season, some good fun and vibes and fam.
How was your Christmas? How was your
It
Christmas?
was it was real nice. I got to see all my close family at least. I had one sibling on the East Coast that I did not get to see, but still got to talk to, wish good tidings.
That's good.
But how about you? You at least see the people you aim to?
Yeah, it was like, well, I shouldn't say it's like every Christmas every year, but it was definitely like, the things that you do for Christmas is the things that happened. What
Yeah.
a start! I got a krill.
Ooh, I gotta remember how to
Do you
actually play this
remember
game.
what the cinematic button was? Oh, free cam. It's free
No,
cam.
did you figure it out?
Uh, I got free cam, and then there was another one that makes it like gone. But yeah, it was good. It was I won't lie, something about this year had all the holidays just kind of feel like off.
Yeah. Do you think it's something that has like progressed over the past few years or just really hit different this
I
year?
don't know. It's like the best thing I could think of is like even for Halloween, it was kind of just like it went by, and then for Christmas, it was just kind of like there was no Christmas music being around. There was no
Mm-hmm.
Christmas movies being played. It seemed like at the stores it was like whatever. Like no one was
Yeah.
caring about it, you know?
I feel like the season came and went really fast. Yeah. What the fuck is happening to me?
I don't know if it was just a fluke this year or if like people just kind of not showing it anymore.
Yeah. Is it a kind of a big, I should say, like emotional holiday for you? Like, do you really like the gift giving, or
Well, Christmas
or
is
is it
like get out of my
sentimental to you?
POV.
My bad. I just wanted to come see you.
um it's always been a fun holiday. It used to be a tradition to where I would go to am I a bait? I'm not. It used to be going to my Aunt Donna's and we would all hang out over there, like most of the family on my mom's side, and they would play a game that they would find on Facebook, and then they would play the traditional game, which would be left, right, center. Have you ever heard of that one?
I've heard of it. What is that now?
So you get everybody on the table gets 3 poker chips, and left, right, center is just the dice. So there's an L, there's an R, there's a C, and there's a dot. If you get an L, you give a chip to the left, an R, you chip to the right, and C is it goes in the center and then it's gone. Whoever has
Totally.
is the last person with chips wins like money.
Interesting. Pretty fun.
So that was like a tradition for a good couple of years was going to Donna's and left, right, center. That
Yeah. I could definitely get hooked on that as a kid, especially.
But at some point they got old enough to where they just kind of wanted to live. They just wanted to live in an RV and travel type of deal. And
Understood.
so the Christmas went away, but somebody tried to do it at their place. It just wasn't the same. They weren't a good host. The house was too small.
Big deal, yeah.
So
Those
now it's
things
just not
definitely
a
change the mood.
thing. And it's It's a little lame.
Yeah, I hear you. It's always sad when we have to forego little traditions like that. Like I for a good many years, I always went to my grandma's house, and she shared the house with like her step parents or her in-laws rather, not her step parents. Um, and so it was like great big house, great big family. All their families would come. Whoa, this guy's big. So it was like at times 20, 30 people. But then, as some people do when they get old, some of them passed on and moved out, and uh, eventually it was just like not a whole lot of reason to come visit,
Oops.
and so I haven't like been out to see some of those extended family in a long, long time because we don't get together anymore for holidays.
Mm.
It is sad how life moves on, but always new traditions to make, definitely. New families to start.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? What's the
Do
button?
you have
Okay.
traditions? Because I still have one.
Uh there's nothing that I'm like sentimental about or that I'm like, oh, I gotta do this. But like traditionally, there's always a tree that we put gifts under, like I do follow those sort of things. Don't give stockings every year, but it's a common thing to do when we can.
Hmm. Okay.
A pretty like
We didn't do stockings this
decorated
year.
Christmas. I used to, I mean, I guess decorating the tree and all, and just getting into the
Mm-hmm.
Christmas spirit has always been kind of a part. Something I don't do too much since like moving away for college and that sort of thing. Those times definitely do change.
That was fun. The tree's always fun. It's gonna be a whatchamacallit. It's gonna be a bit to put it up, but it's always
Oh
nice when
yeah.
it is. We're actually slowly getting more and more ornaments, so it's nice seeing
Yeah,
it get more filled up. We even put like
that's a good tradition. Collecting stuff like that.
I even have like plushies of Dino Nuggies, and we put those in the
Nice.
tree.
Oh, that's perfect.
So you see a little chicken nugget Tyrannosaurus in there.
He's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't have that many traditions either, but my grandma was always, or my abuela, my my abuela and I had a tradition to where we would watch the Polar Express every year, and then
Ah,
that went to me and my cat watching the Polar Express. But he would
that is
blend
such
that
a movie.
with his tradition of like making a Christmas ooh, a Christmas coffee, but for me it would be cocoa.
Yes. Yeah, that's very holidaysy.
Hmm.
A traditional hot drink. Hot, hot, hot.
Oh, we got it. You know what kind of fits this is?
Shut up, nerd.
Well, do ya? Yeah, we still we actually have like an inside joke from that movie, and it's the
All right.
conductor. Well, first of all,
The Tom Hanks guy.
well, I'll say both. I'll go back with the inside joke when he says we have to go, and the kid's getting on the train, and when he looks at his clock, and he goes like, "Ooh!"
Yeah, I think you brought that up before.
It's
At least to me.
that's just that's just funny. It's just be like, we need to get ready before we go to, "Ooh!" And then you look at the clock.
Oh, love the faces he can pull.
Hmm. And then the other one was last year when we watched the Polar Express. He just starts laughing like hysterically, and I'm like, "What are you laughing for?" And he's like, "You didn't see it." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I guess one of the scenes in when they arrive in Elf Town or whatever, the North Pole, Elf Town.
Oh, that's what it's called. Yeah.
All the
Elf
elves are
down.
moving except one of them was they forgot to animate one. So
Oh yes,
he's
I've seen
just
this.
skidding on the floor, and I've never seen it before. And he just
Oh my
starts
god,
like he
you
points that
noticed it
out,
right
and I
away.
was like, "What the fuck? They just left that in."
Yeah, how do you miss a whole ass character?
It's
That
just
is
so
too funny.
funny too because there's so many times that like the crowds of elves are all moving, but this is just a handful of them, and one of them's just gliding across the ground. He's not even T-posing. He's like mid-walk.
Yeah, just fully lacking any animation.
It's so fucking funny.
Gliding.
Christmas
Yeah,
time.
good movie. I definitely think that like my family loves to watch movies, and we would always like put movies on for like holidays, but there was never like one movie that we stuck to. Well, my family loves the Harry Potter films for sure, so like
Mhm.
definitely those have been replayed, and those are kind of in their own Christmas movies just because they
Really?
feature like a Christmas scene.
Oh,
Like a lot of
whatever. It's
people
like Die Hard.
just like, yeah, exactly. But it's like a whole year's worth of time in each movie. The last two are a little different, so it's like you can't count it as just the one season that happens. But definitely, they're always on at this time of year, like ABC or whatever channel streaming.
It's always ABC.
Uh,
The 12 Days of Christmas from ABC, where we showed the
oh,
Grinch again.
yeah, they have like 14 of those Grinch movies now, though.
Really?
That's something that just keeps coming out. There was like one that came out this year, I'm pretty sure.
What? I thought it was just like the original one, then the Jim Carrey one, and then the Illumination one. I thought that was it.
Yeah, they made an Illumination one, and then I shit you not, there's like a new like show or animated something that came out this year, and I want to say it's like a, I got them out to. I don't think it's just like a commercial or an advertisement I was saying, but then again, I don't pay attention to shit that I don't care about, and I
You're
definitely
telling me
was
you don't
not.
care about the Grinch.
I was not like engrossed in the mythos when I was looking at whatever ad was showing to me.
You think someone genuinely gets upset to where they see another adaptation and they're like, how dare you disgrace the Grinch?
Yeah. Desecrating my precious Grinch lore.
You ruin Christmas every time you make a new one.
Yeah, you're worse than he is.
I think they even did like, they put him in like NFL or something. Like, you know how they'd been doing the, well, maybe you don't, but they do like the animations over the people.
Sorry, the animations of what? What were you talking about?
Yeah, the sports, usually football, where they like animate over the people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think they did one for Christmas, and like I think when you get a touchdown, like the Grinch shoots. Oh, you're gone.
Oh, what the fuck?
The Grinch shoots at like the touchdown and it explodes.
He's just fucking exploding shit now.
Sometimes watching that shit is funny. It definitely makes sports a lot more enjoyable to watch. Knowing that like
Yeah.
Homer Simpson throws the ball to Lisa or something.
No, it definitely ties in those little associations of fun that you have with other characters and shows. Do you have any sort of New Year tradition?
I don't.
That's something that I feel like for at least the past decade, I've been up every midnight. But like that's it. Like I look at the clock and I'm like, okay. I'm like I'm never out partying, you know, I'm never like celebrating with someone at home, playing a game or anything. It's just like usually people are already asleep or on their own doing something, so I'm just watching TV, you know, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's a new year.
I guess I'll message people.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah, I guess I'll do my obligatory sins.
You could say that for like a couple of years it was like going to VR because that's where all the people were.
That sounds cool, yeah.
But it was I don't know. It's not really necessary anymore
Hmm.
because usually they haven't figured out how to anticipate people all going on at the same time. So they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
everything's fucking lagging." What were you saying? Sports? Whatever. Who cares? Oh, New Year's.
New Year's.
Yeah, kind of just comes and goes. My neighbor,
New Year's is a mid-holiday.
my neighborhood just kind of does like explosions or shoots guns.
Yeah, I guess there are like your fireworks, your celebrations pyrotechnically
Hmm. I don't really
to
care.
get happy about. But that happens all the time. Yeah, that's It's pretty cool, but frankly, been there, done that.
Damn.
That's a big lobster.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe we're just bored. Maybe people are like
Maybe
we need.
we're boring people.
maybe maybe we just like need to create a new holiday.
Yes, they need to create a cool one for gamers.
We can
A
create a new.
gaming holiday.
We can do a new holiday right now. Oh, and the tradition is like showing somebody you love one of your favorite games for the first time.
Yeah, oh, that'd be so sweet. That's such a cool feeling, but like a unique experience.
Hmm. We can call it a. What do we call it? Is there like synonyms for gamer?
Um,
Player?
the player.
Year? Not really. Um. Welcome to. This is Retrium Day.
Looking back, sharing something from your past.
Mm-hmm. Retrium Day. It happens on. Uh. What are the months?
October
No,
18th.
too close. It has to be on a surrounded by no other things, so people can actually get excited for it.
There's no thing that's surrounded by no things.
What? You
He
get
said it has to be surrounded by no other things.
right. If you put it in October, it's surrounded by like
There's
Halloween.
something everywhere. Every single
That's
month
not
there's something.
true.
You're right. June is like the blandest. Like June
Yeah, well, you got
is
fucking March
like
Madness
Father's
or
Day.
something. March Madness, the
March.
holiday.
March Madness, my favorite holiday.
Well, what is it, right? January technically has New Year's. Not really.
Yeah, right. But it is also like
February.
right after Christmas.
February has Valentine's.
Yeah.
January, February, March. What does March have?
St. Patrick's Day, at least.
Really? That's in March? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
April? April has
April has
WrestleMania.
Easter. My bad. WrestleMania.
That's a holiday. It's 2 days
Oh
now.
yeah. That's crazy.
What's April?
It's Easter usually, but I don't.
Oh,
April Fool's Day, I guess, but it's not really like
no one does
a
that.
big holiday.
That's like a school thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
School Spirit Day.
May.
Um, National Fuck You Day.
Oh, okay. So I think it should be in May.
May, maybe. Is there nothing in May? I guess so. Just
June. I
shitty
think
things.
June has something.
June definitely has like Father's Day. Oh, and May has Mother's Day.
Oh. Well, then maybe it should be in June. Not saying
Where's
girls don't
April have
game.
Mother's
I'm
Day?
just saying guys primarily game.
Damn. It's definitely a bigger majority of the player base, or a shrinking majority at this point, I would have to say, but
Yeah, but it's like
probably still an
it's kind
existing
of
one.
like how you think sports. Like, yeah, there's women playing sports, but it's I don't want to say male dominant, but it's just that's what you think.
Well, in some esports, there definitely are male teams that perform better, but than like the same org's women's team, but you know,
We're not implying
women
anything.
haven't
We're
played
just
that long.
stating what we know.
Hmm.
May,
Not
June,
against.
July, 4th of July. But in other parts of the world, it's nothing.
Yeah, July definitely in other places has not a
Where
whole
the
lot
fuck's
going
my
on.
fish? August. I think August. No.
Nothing in
August
August.
is Thanksgiving?
No, that's November.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot that was a month.
That's like 6 months off.
Don't rip me on that.
Yeah, don't be quoting us on what holiday is anywhere. I'm not sure at all anymore.
Dude, I remember eating the turkey in August. Uh,
I don't know what that was, but it one turkey.
I said,
Holy shit!
Jesus fuck. Oh, you got the chainsaw fish.
Apparently.
I say, June. I guess June.
Yeah, June is also like 6 months away from December,
It's
which
in the middle.
feels like the densest holiday wise, or at least some of the
They
bigger
put
ones.
every fun thing at the end of the year.
Yeah, because everyone else is depressed otherwise, at least in winter. If you're in the
That's true.
southern hemisphere, it's like completely different for Christmas. Like if you're in Australia, Christmas is like the hotter season.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Retrium Day is in June. June 64th.
Nice.
No, you put it 16th.
June 16th?
June 16th. No, that's Juneteenth. I can't do that. Shit.
No, I think that's isn't that June 19th?
Juneteenth is 19th?
I'm pretty sure.
Um okay, Adam, if it is, we will change
I
it
just
to
looked it up.
Oh, it's
It's the 16th. Well, no, it is the 19th, but the 16th is free.
okay. June 16th. Retrium Day.
Perfect.
Put it on your
Yeah.
calendars.
I,
We're going to
I
celebrate
like
it
that.
this year.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Hopefully it fits our schedule. Segway.
Oh, our schedule, you say? Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. I wanted to talk about just that thing.
Oh yeah?
Because we
Well
had
then why don't you
some
talk about
brand
it?
new, yeah, I think I will. Okay. Some brand new freaking information for the fellows.
You know what? I will, dickhead.
Um, and let us know what you think moving forward if this works with you. If you have any ideas, guys. But
Yeah, if it
the,
fits your schedule.
our schedule, our idea is to be doing some more of what we've been doing with the versus challenges. Play the same game from start to finish at the same time as you finishes
Mm-hmm.
first,
Racing.
or compete in some other way, like we did with Stardew Valley. But we want to introduce some new types of playthroughs, specifically like just a long cooperative playthrough, or where one of us plays the game with the other, kind of spectating,
Mm-hmm.
uh, where it's not a race. We're just trying to enjoy the game, and it
Yeah.
might be the case that one of us has already enjoyed the game and wants to see the other kind of appreciate it for the first time too.
Yeah.
And so that we'll try to put in a little bit more here and there. I think we're going to do a nice Monday, Tuesday, two different versus episodes for you guys, and a big healthy playthrough episode on Wednesday of every week. Then
Mm-hmm.
another two verses on Thursday, Friday, followed by our fun little weekend one-offs, or we'll throw our podcasty episodes like this one up on Saturdays, maybe every other Saturday to start. We'll see. And anything I missed that we might throw in there, Cody?
Sunday will be another playthrough. Not another playthrough, another episode of a playthrough. Unless you already said that and I just tuned out.
No, no, good mention. So you get at least two episodes of each playthrough each week,
Mm-hmm.
and each versus each week.
So you would basically be getting three series, 2 episodes every week.
And then followed by something else we found fun, like this episode you're watching right now, or some little sports game that we play in the future. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Because it's crazy that not only it's the new year for everybody, it's the new year for us. We've already been doing
Yeah,
this for over a year. Egg!
we started like December, big guy,
We did.
and here we are again, like now over a year, 200 videos in,
I know, it's
and it's been a
honestly
lot of
crazy.
fun.
It feels like we just did Mario 60. I keep saying Mario 64. Fucking RPG like a month
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, we keep looking back to RPG. It took up a good portion of our first year, but that was a fun ass game. I feel like we've only played fun games so far, which
We
was
have.
definitely through our own choosing.
Mhm.
But
I will say
like, there's
Doom
just so many good games.
Doom is lasting a little bit.
Yeah, Doom's probably lower on the list of ranked games,
An elf high on the
but I'll let
list.
that. Oh, surprisingly, I hope you guys like the little Christmas special we did. If not, check that out.
hmm
That was just a random idea, but
Also, Adam, I hope when
glad we did
they
that.
said the schedule, you put something like on screen about it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Even though it's a podcast, people watch. A lot of people
People
watch a
watch.
podcast.
Yeah, and thank you guys for fucking checking out the podcast too.
Oh
It's
yeah, the
been
first
showing.
episode did amazing. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. If anyone has here from the other episode too, thank you. Drop a comment.
hmm
We love you.
We love all of you. It's been a great first year. They talk about like it's like a year review video. They talk about
Yeah.
the like sub count or view count or something like that, but it's just kind of cool that we are doing this and we've been so
Right. I just
consistent
have fun.
doing this.
Yeah, I'm proud of us, and I'm proud of where we're growing and
hmm
our plans on the horizon.
Yeah, because I've been in. I shouldn't. I don't know how else to term it, but I've been in like the YouTube game for a long time, but I've never
Yeah,
like got far. Like it never um been so consistent, been so fluent, been so what's the word? Like you feel good about it.
so rewarding.
That's it. Rewarding.
Yeah,
It just feels good
yeah.
because I've been wanting to do versus stuff for years. It just never lined up right.
One thing finally clicked. I remember back in high school, you were already like a good like couple of feet into the industry, so to say. But you were kind of also like putting out feelers and letting other people know that like you were looking for help, looking for anyone else with some skill, looking for anyone who was wanting to maybe do something long term. And I think I expressed interest because I do remember we ended up recording some little things here and there.
hmm
Shout outs to anyone who can find those.
I don't
Uh,
actually remember. I know we tried to
but
do a podcast once and we put it on the phone.
I remember that, yeah. But I think, yeah, that that little project didn't end up going very far at all.
Mm-mm.
But regardless, it was kind of cool whenever we ended up talking about sort of a second life to that, and to actually be doing something long term with you is kind of full circle almost.
Yeah, I've just always wanted to do things like this for so long,
Me too.
and it's just like there's a
One of those
reason.
things you just have to do.
Yeah, there's a reason
Yeah.
why the editing style of Adam is very raw. It's because I just grew up with the people that did it raw. They could just kind of not edit it. Like I don't watch them anymore, obviously, but it's more like it's just comfort food of style
Mm.
to feel like you're hanging out and not exactly just watching a compilation of funny stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely just getting like a real experience with a person, even if you don't get to chat back with them. Sometimes we don't have much to say, but you don't gotta say anything of it,
hmm
guy.
That's
We're
kind of the
just
point of these.
chilling in the space.
It's just hanging out with us. Like some people have podcasts with purposes of like, oh, we saw this movie, or and this is what I thought of it, or they'll be
Hmm.
like, oh, we reviewed this episode of Batman, and then we're making little funnies. But it's just like not much going on visually, not much going on mentally, not much going on verbally, but we're enjoying it.
Hmm.
Um,
The epitome of fishing.
because when I think about it for YouTube, I've technically had 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 channels before this.
6 separate accounts, or you've like rebranded, restarted some of those?
Basically restarted because I had I had So the Hedgehog, which I was like 12 or 11 or something,
Nice.
and I was too young to be making anything, and I
Right.
was doing videos on a camera, and put it on as like a stack of things showing to the TV, like old school.
Yeah, for sure. How else are you gonna do it?
And then after that, I did the Creeper Kings with the Washington Boys, and that was fun. It's like the most that I put in for years, I'd say. Um, then after that, it went to Broken Controllers, which was with
Broken
the same
controllers.
people. And then that switched to Sody Pup, which is where I just post things that are personal stuff. And then it went to Couch Canines, which just kind of ended. And now we're here. So, was that 5?
I lost count, but it sounds about right.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while, and I've learned some things, mostly with editing and tags and titles and thumbnails and stuff like that. But
Sure.
it's all been the same, really.
Yeah, you always kind of put the same like vibe into it, the same effort, you think?
Mm-hmm. There's sometimes that I'll go more like montagey because everybody's doing that, or like put the you follow a trend a little bit, but usually
Mhm.
I just that's like a one-off type of deal.
Totally get you.
Raw's where I believe Raw's what I like.
Yeah, and I feel like I used to and kind of grew up on that sort of side of YouTube footage where it was just some guys with a camera shooting at their screen
Yeah.
and they posted a 40 to hour a minute video of the content and like that's what you lived for on YouTube at those days. So like any sort of higher quality version of that, I really mess with. And I feel like I've been sitting here with no bait,
You probably have.
not catching anything.
I just checked mine too. Oh yeah, it is what it is. I hope to keep going forward the same type of stuff, even with the playthroughs, like not too much editing. The one-offs,
Yeah.
just like since it's one-offs, kind of making that more cut down, and then the podcast is gonna stay how it is. That can get cut into pieces because we talk for hours. You don't want to see 3 hours of raw. That's too long.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that's Was there a point?
Um,
I don't feel like there was. I think we were just
is
talking.
there ever?
No.
No, I think we were talking about the channel a little bit, your channel history too, but uh, I think we hit most of the notes on some things we're bringing to the table
Mhm.
come New Year.
Yeah. I'm glad to be doing it with you though, because you've been I've always liked YouTube, but I've never been good on my own. I've always worked better with another person. Uh,
I hear you, yeah.
but everyone else that I've done it with has been like good content, but they don't really do anything besides that, you know? They just kind of show up for the thing, and most of the time they're bad at scheduling and actually getting things prepared. They just kind of like, oh, we should record this, like spur of the moment type of shit.
Yeah, right, right.
And I've had 1, 2, 3, 4 different people I've done it with, and you're the first one to be like, how can I help? And I'm like, fucking what?
That's crazy to me. That's crazy because I'm like clearly recognizing your effort and like all that you do in this. I'm like, damn, I
And
feel like a piece
Adam,
of shit. Seriously, all the work that Adam's putting in these killer videos. Some of those edits on Stardew take a long time. I know.
they do. It's just, I don't know. It meant a lot because I do
Always there for the
like,
team.
I do like, from like start to finish, I do like best way I can describe it is when I've made VR chat music videos or whatever. If I
Mhm.
have an idea or if I'm working on something like that, or even like when I do digital art randomly, I have to start and finish in like one go. I
Yeah,
If I stop in the middle, I won't want to go back. So
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
the same thing goes with like making a video, so I would want to re- be part of it, to record it, make the thumbnail, edit the video, and just like do everything that I know I can do. But if there's something that I don't want to do, or that I know Adam doesn't want to do, like for example the counting of money,
Yeah.
then you can pop in for that. You know?
Yeah. I am actually okay with the math sometimes. Good for the brain.
Mm-hmm.
No, I feel the same way too. Like anytime I get a little personal like passion to do some project on the side, and I say like save it tied up in a bow, and I'm like, all right, can't wait to come back to that tomorrow when I have some more time. It comes around to tomorrow, and I'm like, nah, I'm never gonna continue that again. Actually, let's just give up on that.
It just sucks. Like
It's so hard to get back to it.
procrastinating so hard. That's what also is good about having a partner with YouTube or
Yeah,
doing these
someone who
videos.
keeps you in check sometimes, who just kind of
Yeah, it's
reminds you what
just
you're doing it for.
what's the word? It's fucking
Shit, fucking motherfucking
shit, dude,
shit, man.
motherfucking come on, dude. I suck at American, dude. I can't do this shit.
Too early in the
It's
goddamn morning.
what the fuck is the word? It's pissing me off. Accountability.
Damn, that was a great word. I'm glad you searched for that. It's exactly that. Yeah.
They keep you accountable. That's why usually when people do like the gym or something, you do it with someone else so that you have a reason
Yeah,
to go.
exactly.
Same
That's a
purpose.
good analogy. We are fucking exercising our
Our mental
YouTube
space.
muscles. Our fucking brain
Mhm.
work hard.
Well, speaking of, well, we weren't talking about it for a while, but new year, new things. Have you seen any new movies?
I was gonna ask you about one that I know you saw, but I don't recall anything recent. No.
I've watched a couple new things recently since our last.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know that there was the Sonic premiere that just came out. How was that?
Sonic 3 is great. It's definitely the best one for sure.
Ooh, that's cool.
Because they focus less on people and it's more of the main Sonic people.
Very nice. Wow.
And if you're a fan of Sonic, it does give you a lot of things that you would enjoy, but even if you're not, it's still great on its own. It's just more of like, oh, look at the thing.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Just
really
little
good.
bits of
They're already
joy,
making 4.
dopamine hits. No way. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are they gonna get Jim Carrey to come back?
Uh, I don't think
Do
so.
you think he already filmed his scenes?
That'd be fun. No, they say they're working on it. They're not done.
Yeah, but maybe they knew that they wouldn't have him long. They're like, we already know what you're gonna have to do. It's all in a green screen.
You know, suppose some people think I'm gonna say it, but without saying anything or attempt to. People
He's gonna
think
say it.
people think that he's gonna come for the 4th, but I don't think he's coming for the 4th because have you seen the second one?
I don't recall actually. I probably didn't.
It's kind of like it's
Remember the
almost
first
like the
pretty well.
games of where Eggman doesn't seem like he's gonna come back type of death.
Yeah.
And like the second one had something like that where he like falls off a giant robot and you're like, yeah, I think that's it. But then he was in the third one, so like I don't know. But part of me thinks that this is his last one because I think he said it was. So
Hello.
hi.
Hey, I lagged. My bad. I'm back.
I think this is his last one because I think he said it was. But some people just don't see Sonic working without him. which is fine. But
Yeah,
I personally think that it'll be fine.
they've definitely done, interpretations of Sonic without an Eggman like character, right?
Yeah, they have. Well,
Like there's
he's
been
always
other
been
shows, other
like
villains.
involved, but he
Sure,
hasn't
like
been
he's
the
in
main focus.
universe, but it doesn't have to be.
Hmm.
No, he does add a lovely element to the movies, though. Gotta hand it to Jimothy.
Yeah, and you know what? He's not distracting enough. Like even if he's like the main guy you might follow, you still want to see everyone else. Like you're not here just for Jim Carrey, and it's great.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He fits into the role pretty well. It's not super like standoutish
Mm-mm.
as like, oh, that's just Jim Carrey.
Yeah, it fits the goofiness of the character that's already there. Because he's more serious than he's goofy.
hmm Which is fun to see, especially live action wise, like him actually be a villain and be calculated and smart.
Yeah. Well, besides Sonic 3, I've also seen, I guess I was finishing my trilogies for the day. I also
Oh yeah.
saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it
Is
came
that
out years ago.
okay? Well, it makes more sense. I'm like, I didn't know there was a third one. I think I've seen two of them though. Holy,
Jesus
you got the
fuck!
whale!
I did get the whale! The prophecy foretold! I can't even see it.
I had to zoom the fuck out. That's crazy.
Well, sick. I did what I
Oh,
needed to do.
but Guardians 2, I'm pretty sure I've seen, and they were pretty funny, pretty good films.
They are the most non-Marvel movies, and
Sure, right?
so good. They're so good. I personally think 3 is like the m- one of my favorite movies now.
Nice. Wow.
It's that
Yeah, I
fucking
know
good.
there's a lot of fans for the series. I'm a big fan of music direction there too, for sure.
Hmm. It's just what's the word? I it was the first time that when I was watching it, it had to buffer and I had to reload, and I was like, no. And then I saw I still had an hour left. And I was like, I have an hour left. Fuck yeah! Like I
Oh
wasn't.
yeah, that's a good feeling.
So yeah, that's really good. I won't say anything. It's just fucking fantastic. And then right after
Appreciate the
that,
recommendation.
I watched Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's one I've been wanting to see. I'm pretty sure it's on Disney Plus already right now, right?
Yes. And that's another one where I just had to watch like the third one. That's all I had left to watch.
Yeah, same.
And personally, I think it's just not meant for me.
Interesting. I feel you.
It's like a lot of the praise it got was acknowledging comic fans. So
Yeah,
it
right.
would show a character and it would have that pause of like, you this is where the crowd goes crazy and they're like, "Oh my god, it's him." But for me, I'm like, "Who's that guy?"
Yeah, definitely. I would fit in the same sort of boat.
Unlike the first two
Yeah,
Deadpools where it's more like just Deadpool, you know?
yeah, exactly. Just Deadpool kind of, making actual good jokes
Hmm.
instead of just references.
I do like their edit of like a prayer though. I've been listening to that.
Yeah. Yeah, also good music design in those films.
Hmm. When you call
I
my name
definitely was a fan.
like a
I would
little
love to
prayer.
see the new one though. I just gotta see if anyone else wants to watch it with me. I might watch it myself
Well,
tonight. Fuck it.
maybe we could. Maybe.
Oh, I got movie tickets for Christmas. I loved getting those. It was actually a gift card, so I could buy a couple tickets.
Oh, you should get a popcorn bucket.
Oh, you're right. I would like feel zero guilt about buying it because it was a gift card.
You get the Pride Rock popcorn bucket.
Ride Rock, nice.
It's all brown mold of Pride Rock with a little
Mmm.
symbol on it.
Oh, when you said mold, I was thinking mold.
No, no, no. It's just all one solid color, looking like a big old rock.
Yeah, that sounds appetizing to eat out of.
Yeah, you know, for the kids. 85 best podcast interview questions. They all suck.
I'm sure. Oh my god.
Cameron, what is your morning routine?
Oh, we love going over morning routines. My routine is I take a shit as soon as I wake up.
And
And then I
that's
fuck
really what molded me.
and then I really just lock the fuck in and move on with my fucking day.
Depending on how it is how my day's gonna be. If it's like,
Yeah.
if it's nice and smooth, I know it's a good day. But if I'm fucking sweating, it's gonna. I know something's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's a good marker.
Cam, what is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, I always hate when people ask that question because it's like, oh, you're just an asshole. Like, why are you
Yeah.
hating on people?
I feel like pet peeve is a nice way to say, what do you fucking not like about the world?
Yeah. What is fucking breaking you down?
Personally, me, I hate friend walls. Do you know what a friend wall is?
No. What's a friend wall?
So, imagine you're in school and you're walking in a hallway and you see these group of friends and they're all standing
Okay.
side by side, and there's like a group of 5.
Yeah.
And of course they're walking fucking slow, but you have to go to the next class, so you have to go around them.
Hmm.
I hate friend walls.
Yeah. You know what? You're probably right that my pet peeve is like unavoidable, or rather avoidable inconveniences like traffic and people blocking the flow for no reason. Like you can't park there. What are you doing there?
Wait, what?
That shit will get me heated when someone's just like parked in a loading zone or like a fire lane or like random shit where it's like they're just completely stopping traffic
Some fucking
for no
NPC
reason.
shit.
Yeah. Pisses me off actually.
Are you an angry driver? Is that what you're saying?
I'm really not, though I will say for the first time probably ever, I flipped off another driver. I don't know if they saw me.
Way. No way
I
you
do
did
not
that.
I don't think he saw me, but I don't know what was going on with me. I was just like feeling kind of tired or whatever. And this guy just like from right behind me decides to pass me in the right-hand lane and jump into a space that he barely fits in, like in front of me. Like for no reason did he need to be one car length ahead of me. I was already accelerating as fast as I could safely. And I was like, what an asshole. And so I just like flipped in the bird immediately, like without thinking about it. And I was like, oh my God, I've never done that before. Well, I wonder if he saw. But I didn't really give a fuck. They're kind of being a douche.
I have I always like when for cars they are, you could see they're fucking zooming, right? Like
Right.
stupidly, almost like they think that you're the idiot even though you're going the speed limit. And I always see them zoom by and I'm like, what for? And then their dumbasses at a red light and I'm right next to them. I was like, yeah, good fucking job, dipshit. What was it for?
Literally. Yeah, speeding just 9 times out of 10 doesn't save you any actual real time.
No, it's just there's no reason for it. There was a time that I saw someone do like a corner, like they were going just past a semi, but they were also behind a semi, so they squeezed through the front corner and the back corner.
Jeez.
If he fucked up like an inch, I could have died.
Right? Yeah, that's the bullshit.
It's no
They could
reason for
fucking-
it.
Cause so much danger.
I said, "What's up, danger?" I also am not.
$500.
I'm not the biggest fan of God, I just had it in my mind and now it's gone. What the fuck
Cargo
was
fast.
it? Cargo fast. No. I'm actually really good as a driver. I'm a I'm a defensive driver. I let people
Yeah,
go.
right. Yeah.
Um, there's a lot of times I'm in the car and someone zooms and I'm like, what? Why?
Where you headed?
Where do you need to
Where's the
go?
fire?
Uh, that's what I was gonna say. Is it just me or like headlights brighter now?
Oh, you are right. I feel all the newer cars. I don't like that, but I guess it's for safety.
It doesn't feel
Like,
like it's for safety. I can barely see.
yeah, I don't really struggle to drive at night in general, but I know a lot of people are just like any lights, affect them. And when I see some lights, I'm like, I don't know how anyone is able to drive
I don't
with
either.
this.
It's just I think I want to say older cars had like either dimmer white lights or they were yellow, but now it's just flashing white.
Yeah, I know. I exactly. It used to be I feel more yellowed, but there's like all these LEDs or whatever now.
Hmm. It's not fair. I'm going to report back to the questionnaire. Let's see here. What did you want to be when you were a kid and why?
I feel like I had terrible ideas as a kid, right? I think like at some point I wanted to be a police officer or something like
Yeah, what
that.
did you know?
Exactly. No,
Would you?
I was pretty interested in being a teacher, I think, as well, which I still kind of have interest in. I obviously do sub
It is
for
technically
schools.
the profession that you have the most memory of.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like as a kid, that's kind of one of the first careers you see.
Yeah, you did. You went to school.
Yeah, I studied computer engineering.
For how long?
5 years.
I thought you went. Wait, 5? Isn't that like a middle?
Yeah. What's up?
Isn't that like a middle point of like years? Or am I crazy?
Well, typically a bachelor's degree takes 4 years.
Ah.
Uh, on my fourth year, I couldn't get um, a class that was required so that I could take something winter quarter.
Mm.
And so I would have had to take in it winter quarter, and I couldn't like it had to be done before another class that had to be taken winter quarter. Like I couldn't take them both on the same quarter for whatever reason. And for that reason, I had to take that winter quarter class the next year. And so
Oh,
I had to stick around an extra year because I missed one class, basically.
that's lame.
Yeah, the scheduling honestly for my school was just pretty ass. And it let me take a few extra courses that I wouldn't have gotten to take otherwise, so I was kind of happy for it, but I definitely paid more in tuition to them for no reason.
Hmm. Because mostly of their fuck up.
Yeah, just because their scheduling sucked dick and wouldn't allow me to take a class that I needed. Like, and I had tried applying for it like multiple quarters before I actually needed to have done it already, before realizing, oh, I already missed the boat. Like, fuck.
I see. Are you still
But yeah,
opening
5 years still
scratchers?
wasn't that bad. Oh yeah, I bought 30 of these motherfuckers,
Oh,
and
jeez.
I feel like I'm probably up already. I think I've made money.
Gotcha. Do you like that you went to schooling, or do you feel like you haven't really used it yet?
I am still really looking forward to being able to use it in some kind of um professional aspect, but like it has not been easy to find a place that is like places say they're actively looking, but there just must be enough supply because I've never gotten like a positive response on a job offer
Oh, damn.
for computer engineering. So that's why I am like just looking to teach and make some money.
Maybe you just
I,
need to
I
do
like
web fishing too.
right. I like working on little things myself. So I feel like if nothing else, I I have the ability to teach myself new computer concepts and new skills and new programming techniques to, continue to grow as a programmer and eventually apply myself in some professional way or just some personal project way. That's probably what I'd like to do more is just build some games or some platforms, websites that I actually like to use.
You know, you could probably like make plugins for things.
Definitely, right? I hear about people doing those, and I'm like, that sounds very, you know, doable, accomplishable with
Hmm.
my skill set.
Like the idea we had for um versus to where it's kind of like the speed run is connected to the game, so it'll do your
Yeah,
splits, but it can do it for two different people.
I was just thinking about that. Maybe I should make that happen. That would be so nice.
Like maybe it can detect something off as a screen share.
Yeah, right?
It'll be
But it'd have
like,
to
oh, new
be
thing.
pretty pretty specific. We'll have to see what kind of games we might apply that to.
I mean, I don't know how it would fucking work. But I don't. It's coding. I'm sure it's coding.
Yeah, with coding, pretty much anything is possible, right?
Yeah. With these spiky cleats, anything's possible. Do you believe in the whole um well, not believe. Do you think that there is benefits to just working a job, getting to a position, or learning the job and getting the position? Learning as in school.
I know what you mean. I think most people will tell you, and I'm for the most part agree that like doing the job is the best way to learn how to do the job. You know, there's a lot of things you can learn in a class environment, and there's a lot of things you can learn from just a video that the job makes you do for training. But like once you do it and have some kind of physical reference of the steps that it takes, that's the only way that you're really going to like have any skill at doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the school environment has prepared me a lot, and most people would say that, but really, if it's something I've never done before, like never had a practice or a similar assignment or lab, then I'm not gonna, know exactly what it is. But definitely, you should have some kind of skill at learning. That's the one thing that you can change is how good you are at learning new things.
Mm-hmm. Because
But
really,
I
like
appreciate people who have earned their position, like worked their way up.
because really,
That's
like an
really,
internship is doing the other way, right? Really?
yeah, because if you are in an internship, that's pretty much just because you're like a student and you have no experience,
Mm-hmm.
no like hands-on experience at least.
Right.
Yeah, but never done something like that.
Well, I've only had like one job my whole life, so really, if I went to another job, I would be fucking clueless.
No, I know what you mean. Everything is so like procedural, so like so specific in their ways. You really have to
They are, especially in my
be at
job
a place
too.
for a while to know yourself really well.
It's
I can
just,
just see guns up in the corner.
it's just very This is so tech heavy. So one of the people that I learned off of that been doing it for like 10 plus years. He was saying how some people tell him that they already know everything. He's like, you don't know everything, and they're like, yes, I do. And it's like, okay. And then, but how do you know everything if tech is always getting better? Like for example, screens are
Hmm.
becoming LED screens now that we sell,
Totally.
and now you
Yeah,
got to
that's
learn
always
how
going to
to
be
put that
changing.
together, and then you got to learn how to put it all in one image and all that stuff, and the lines and where they connect to. So you knew how to put up a screen, but now you don't know how to put up this screen. So now you don't know everything.
Yeah, there's always going to be something new.
Hmm.
It's a bad attitude to really have in most lines of work, but especially something so tech reliant.
I think it's better to know that you're not good at everything.
Right?
Like they always say, the end goal of my line of work is either you become the director slash sales, so you stay knowing all the knowledge of the equipment, or you become a specialist and you're really good at one of the equipments, and then people just
Yeah,
hire you to be the video guy or something like that. And usually, if
exactly.
you're a
You want to be
specialist,
a guy.
you're crazy. Like there's a guy that we get for when we do like massive bands, and he's always like, "Are we using this board? Okay, because I can do this thing, and then if I have this particular uh, microphone, I can get the frequency off of this bass." And, like he knows everything, and he
Damn,
loves it.
yeah.
He loves doing the audio shit. Like it gives him joy to see everything just work. But then you have people that are like, I asked somebody um, that was really good at video, and I was like, "What made you know that you were just like a specialist at video?" And he's like, "I'm not a specialist at video. I'm just really interested in computers, and that's kind of what video goes to. Because if you put me on
Mhm.
audio, I can do okay, but if you put me on lights, I'm a dumbass." Whoa!
Jesus, that's big. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just what you're passionate about that, like, really makes a career worth
My
living
passion
and
is
worth doing
graphic
well.
design.
Oh, mine is so not. I love fucking making things though. Like, I've always loved like Legos, construction type of puzzles, 3D puzzles,
Bro's an
uh,
architect.
and
Is that
math
why
in
you like Rubik's
general.
cubes?
Yeah, I like Rubik's cubes. I think I have just a decent like spatial thinking brain, where it's like you can kind of
Mm.
visualize
Oh, treasure.
all parts of something in 3D space. It really helps. But yeah, I love the puzzle. If nothing else, I love like getting something that's jumbled and looks like a mess and doesn't make sense, and then making it like beautiful and pristine by the end of it.
I can get that.
That's very satisfying to me, that conversion.
I would say I'm into puzzles, but I'm also like not into puzzles. To where I just kind of, I don't know. I guess in a puzzle way, the best way I could think of is figuring out a way to get through something, not really figuring out the thing itself.
Hmm.
I like getting through a thing. So the puzzle isn't the puzzle is the how.
The solution.
Yeah. So like
That's it.
Portal
That's
or
interesting.
some strategist game where it's a grid or something like that.
Yeah.
Escape room ass shit.
Ooh. I like escape rooms. I haven't done that in a while.
We should do that as a
That would be
as a
so much fun.
playthrough. That'd be fun.
Oh my god, what a good idea.
This one says, "What's your most embarrassing memory?" I'm going to switch it to, "What has been your to that you can think of your most wasted money use?" Like you bought it and then you're like, "Oh,
Ah. Um, there's a couple of things I've bought for my cat that they just really didn't like. I bought like expensive like water bowls and stuff like automatic stuff that didn't get used.
oh,
Um, hmm. That was probably only out like $50 or something like that.
dang." Well, that's not well. I guess that's really unfortunate because you were like, "Oh, they're gonna like it because it makes my job easy and they'll have food when they need it." And
Yeah, like things like that that you're like, oh, they'll just like always be supplied with the best quality. No, it was too weird. It smelled weird or whatever it was that didn't make them want to use it.
how odd. I can't think of one honestly. Most of the ones that I think of immediately is like food.
Oh, no, you're right though. Is like probably spend the most money on food, and sometimes you just get something that you can't finish, and you're like, it feels more wasteful.
It's always whatchamacallit, it's just like disappointment.
Yeah,
There
I
has
feel
been
that.
many times that I've like bought a game too that I'm just majorly disappointed with.
Games, it happens pretty often. At least now you can refund, like Steam purchases, shit like that. But I try
Sometimes
not
it's
to
hard though.
spend. I try not to spend too much money on a game in case, like just in case I know I won't like it. I wait for it to go on sale, something like that.
Like for example, probably the biggest travesty for some people was you know how much I love Red Dead Revolver, like a lot.
Yeah,
And Red Dead Redemption was cool, but I never played it because it just seemed like too different. Plus I didn't have money to really buy that because when it came out I was still a kid, so I didn't get
yeah,
that
yeah.
one. So when I hear Redemption 2 comes out and everybody is loving it so much and now I have money. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. And then I didn't buy it on Steam because it wasn't on PC yet. I bought it on the PS4 and I was playing it for I want to say like 3 hours or something like that. And I was just so bored and I just didn't care and I felt so bad cuz this happens all the time with like mainline games and games that get praised, like for games like Lethal Company or something like that. I just don't care.
Mhm.
I really can't connect with it and I feel bad, but I can't help it. I would like to
No,
try the Redemption
I
games
mean,
again at some point, but I can't do that by myself. I'd get so bored.
I feel that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind visiting it on a channel playthrough. My brother really loves the Redemption games specifically,
The
because
multiplayer
they're
is
like
fun.
expansive and have like cool. No, he likes the single player specifically. Like he likes the lore and the just expansive, you know, open area to walk around and stuff like that. Eh, But definitely there's different things in it for each different gamer.
Hmm.
I would say though, it does remind me of, I think, No Man's Sky being probably one of the games I've spent more money on and played less of.
Mm.
And I kind of like bought it for a friend too, like even to play like multiplayer. And even then, it's like I don't know if I really want to play multiplayer all that much after experiencing it. But it's one that's in the back of my mind. Eventually, I'll visit more of that because on paper it sounds cool.
Yeah, just I don't know. I got a particular taste. It's
Me too.
strange.
No, I'm definitely picky. Sometimes I can know by just like looking at a game, it's like art style, if it's something that I would at all be interested in.
Oh yeah. I mean, being a furry, if you have an animal character, I'm most likely gonna get attached to it. It's like
Definitely happens.
it's like in Guardians where I was legit like they got Chris Pratt, I'm interested. They got Dave Bautista, I'm interested, and they have a raccoon.
Yeah. Holy shit! Look at Gun's shark over there. What
Holy
the
shit,
fuck?
that's the size of the ocean.
That's insane.
Wow. I would love to be proven wrong on trendy games or games that get a lot of praise. I just don't think I'm in the crowd for these mainline games. Maybe because a lot of the time the games that get so much praise is story wise. And unless I care about your character, I don't really care about the story going on. That's why I'm afraid to play games like The Last of Us because I feel like I won't like it.
Yeah. No, I feel that too. There's a lot of those stories that I've
Oh god.
purposefully avoided learning anything about, like kept spoilers away.
Holy shit.
But I don't know if I'll even like them at all.
Yeah. Same for like God of War, the new ones. People love that one, but like I've seen gameplay and it doesn't look fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Always
Uncharted.
surprising.
Uncharted doesn't look fun either. I played the fourth one. Kind of fun. Shut up, fun. It's kind of fun, but like I don't know. It's still like the focus is not on the gameplay. It's just the journey.
Yeah, yeah, right. It's like they're basically just selling a long form movie,
For
slightly
real.
interactive, that at some levels is just actually difficult or annoying to play.
And don't get me wrong, I like cinematic. Like some of the old Sonic games are very fucking story cinematic and stuff. But the gameplay is fun though.
Yeah. Yeah. fucking gameplay is everything for me. Like we just played something very recently for the first playthrough that was so fun.
So
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
Well,
like
it's probably
I
out
feel
by
like they
now.
really. I don't know. Yeah, probably.
If not, Adam will redact it. It's fine.
Yeah, but It Takes Two was just an exceptionally well-made game, and I'm glad we got to bring that to the channel too.
It just
Because, like you
feels
said, that's
good.
something that we've kind of like not like purposefully not looked into that much,
Hmm.
but discovering it has just been a joy to play.
Hmm. But even like a little shit of it kind of goes with the takes too, because one of the levels is um that we played just didn't feel like how it felt in the beginning, and it just dragged too long. It
Yeah,
kind of felt like when you play a horror game and they give you a gun. I know I said that also in the thing, but it just takes away what it was.
yeah, completely changes the playing field.
Hmm. Like I can recall when I played Dead Space. Dead Space was it's fun. It's a good experience. But when I got the gun, nothing felt like a threat anymore. I just felt like I had to do my shots right. But then what scared me the most in that game was I was in a morgue area, and I see
Oh
on
yeah.
the wall uh something along the lines of "they are watching you" in blood, and I was like, who's watching me? And then since I'm like contemplating this, suddenly I hear like a and I'm they're actually saying words like it was they caused a space tragedy or like something like that. They're just whispering stuff, and I
Uh,
was just like, who the fuck are you? Why are you talking to me? What is going on? But it never was anything.
that's so weird. It's just like there to kind of atmosphere, kind of spook you.
Yeah. The fact that I saw they are watching you in the morgue probably was ghosts and they're just saying shit, but they're whispering
Mm,
it. It was just crazy.
that's intense.
But you know, TVs are scary too.
You bastard.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, definitely no one will get that.
Hmm. Old ass video. We played Outlast and we were young and he got scared of a TV.
I'm not scared by the TV. I was scared of everything,
He went,
and the
ah!
TV made a loud noise.
The TV went,
I reacted
shh,
to
and
it.
he went, ah!
I thought it was something else. I thought something was gonna like just jump out. And instead, it was the cheapest jump scare that gaming has ever made.
Cheapest jump scare. What do people misunderstand about you the most?
That's a bit strange. I don't know. I feel like I try to be a pretty fucking clear cut, open guy, understandable, you know?
I try to be a fucking dude. I would say for me, I think people think that I'm just like, um, I don't want to be bothered if you meet me. Just because I think I have like a resting bitch face and I'm also very quiet if I don't know you.
Hmm.
Uh, but no, it's just kind of like I don't have too much to talk about. Like I'm not knowledgeable in a lot of things. But what
I
I'm
understand that too,
knowledgeable
yeah.
about, I could talk for hours on. But also, I need to know how you vibe before I can start doing stuff. Because, like, for example, my coworkers, there's one that's usually more of like an airhead, and he's very slow. But I give him like a lot of not hardships, but more of just like a really you didn't get that, everybody got that type of attitude.
Yeah, yeah.
And he knows that I'm not being mean about it. He knows I'm just trying to make a joke about it. But, you know, I wouldn't act like that with you. I would just be like, more like, oh, really? I don't know either. Like,
No, yeah, I feel that too. Sometimes that is like a level of humor I take with certain people where it's like you're kind of shitting on them,
mhm.
but that is certainly something that you want to be like really trusting that person and understanding that it's a joke or clarifying after. It's never normally the thing that you should just do to like your teacher or whatever the fuck.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would agree that I'm for the most
Oh,
part
I had
pretty
no bait.
quiet until someone really brings up something that I have to get going about.
You're very moldable, though.
Yeah, I'm definitely kind of adaptive to what the conversation is or what people are into.
You're like
I
that
have many
person that just
interests.
has like a red solo cup, and you're just like, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. I'm just happy there's free food.
Oh, this was a potluck. Shit, I brought me. Can't I'll
I
put
brought
my
good
I'll
vibes.
put myself on the table.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Don't mind if I do.
Everybody take a slice.
Mm.
I'm gonna need it to go. Do you have any phobias?
Um,
I'm
when I
claustrophobic.
was a, when I was a kid, well, I'm pretty claustrophobic. I will say I do not like to not be able to move, and it
Moving
sucks
the
more when
limbs,
you're
right?
yeah, limbs specifically, your arms if you can't move them, or your knees if they're locked in. I get
Yeah.
mad uncomfortable, and it's worse when like I'm about 6'2", maybe a little half inch taller, but I sometimes just don't fit in like the back seat of a car. And
Mm.
like it just will not work sometimes. But sometimes it does. And I've taken long road trips where I like I'm gonna lose my mind sometimes because my I can't move my legs. But it's like not something that I've really stressed about too bad. I will say when I was a real young kid, I was like I was a little bitch for sure, but I was afraid of a lot of things.
Oh,
And
really?
like yeah, of
Like
just like
TVs?
absurd like non-real things like monsters, like I'm talking about like maybe 5 years old. I used to be afraid of like monsters under the bed or in the closet
That's
type
fair.
of things. Like, uh, but probably because I liked the movie Monsters Inc. a little too much. I was like, maybe that shit's real.
I was deathly afraid of zombies because of weirdly I Am Legend, even though they're not zombies.
Oh wow,
I thought they were
interesting.
zombies. They were like, oh my god, they're intelligent and they want to kill me and they're fast. But then then the original Black Ops came out and that no, it was World at War, and
Yeah.
that cemented like zombies are scary.
Oh yeah, those have become really, really intrusive in pop culture.
I'm claustrophobic too, though. In My first encounter with it was, um, I was at like a cousin's house and a remote fell behind a couch, and the couch was next to the
Mm.
wall. So I go in to get it, and then I'm starting to like trying to pull myself out, and I realize that I'm not nudging. So I legit just fucking wiggle as much as I fucking can, and I move the couch like a lot
Yeah.
because I just think I'm stuck. And then the next encounter was I don't even know why I tempted fate so much with it, but it was a bouncy castle jumper thing, and they had a like staircase in it that you can jump off of, and then
Oh
under the
wow.
staircase there was this little tube,
Yeah.
and it's a really tiny tube. So, and they don't give you like running space to really get through it. It's like almost next to the
Uh,
wall. But I just wanted to go through it every time. So I had to yeet myself through it so that I can make it through. Otherwise, I would be stuck.
that sounds terrible.
Yeah, so I think one time I got pretty stuck, and I just never tried it again because it's just a little hole, so I can't move my limbs.
Not like a speck of fucking dust. I can't even see this cunt.
So yeah, it's all in the limb movement. If I was
Yeah,
like stuck and can't move against the wall, but I can move my arms and legs, I'd be fine.
yeah, yeah. I agree.
I just like having the option to.
You know what? I used to have nightmares specifically of a single like weird occurrence I saw on a commercial of like liquid rising from the bottom of the room. I think it
Oh,
was like a recycling commercial or something, and it was like sewage building up or something like in a room in an animated like it's a commercial, so they did it for like a half second, like I'm the mascot getting like
oh,
trapped in this room of rising liquid, terrifying for a child, but like I envisioned that so scarily that it manifested in at least four separate nightmares over like
that's
5 years,
crazy.
like of lava filling the room, water filling the room, and it was always like in the same like half second animated way where just like bloop 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 from the
All stop
from the
motion like.
commercial. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just instantaneous filling the room.
You gave
Horrifying.
you gave me a flashback to it was like for a month, and it was I have no idea where it came from at all, but uh I had this like weird thing to when I would fall asleep, and I'm not dreaming yet, like I'm still conscious and I'm trying to fall asleep, that I would have this POV above me, like I could see me in
Ooh,
a
yeah.
top-down perspective, and
Freaky.
I could, if I was far away in the POV, I would want to spread out my limbs, and then the POV would get closer, and I would want to just like uh, snug up. Like it was very weird, and it would keep
Well,
zooming in and out to where I kept spreading out and curling up to where I just couldn't sleep for so long.
that is so interesting. Wow.
But then it just went away. It was so
Like
weird.
astral projecting.
I,
Or no.
I
What no, what's the word? Coming outside of your body. I don't know what that's called.
Out of body experience.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It was just so weird how vivid it was.
What's it called? Being outside of your body? Oh, an out of body experience.
Have I talked about how I don't like eating anymore?
I think a little bit. I know you always mention you eat because you have to.
Yeah, it's gotten to a point to where like I always feel like I need to be eating, and I hate it. Like
Oh
I've
yeah.
never felt full in so long, and it sucks because I've like even before we started recording, I got my classic Del Taco and I ate it all, and even after that, I'm like I don't want to eat anymore, but I didn't fill myself up.
Mhm.
It
Yeah, you're just
sucks,
like tired of eating, but you're gonna need to eat. Yeah, eating fucking is expensive too. It's like,
dude. I
can't they just make
know.
that a pill?
Supposedly it is now. It's like for weight loss or something that you just eat like you get your food from a little pill. I'm waiting for us to get motherfucking Wally where everything's just a shake.
I was gonna say, I've seen like for gamers or whatever, they have like
Gamers.
meal substitute shakes,
What?
and it's like high protein, high fat, high calorie, lots
Really?
of vitamins. Yeah, they're
So
called like meal replacements.
it's like
Meal
a
replacements.
it's like a it's like a protein bar but in liquid form?
Yeah, pretty much. Like you can think of it like a protein shake powder that you just like mix up. You got to have one of those metal balls in your drink, to keep the powder from clumping.
Huh.
But it's like gamer subs or whatever, like that kind of powdered drink,
Mhm.
but it's specifically for like a meal replacement. It's called crazy stuff.
That actually sounds really nice.
And it's like cookies and cream flavored or whatever.
Huh. See,
I'm sure there's different flavors.
when I was a kid, I don't do it as much anymore because for some reason I just don't feel like it. But anytime I was hungry, I always drank milk just to
Yeah.
feel the need of wanting to eat. And I feel like since I haven't done it as much anymore, I always feel hungry, and it
Yeah.
I just need I just don't I don't want to spend the time eating, and I don't want to fucking spend the money eating.
Yeah, being in a like really good meal prep routine where like you could just pull a frozen bag out of your freezer and like pop it in a stir fry or something like that.
Mhm.
Like that's efficient and that's nice. I really fuck with that, but it does take a lot of work. I tend to prepare something every night, but that takes like an hour every night.
Yeah. So I don't like cooking. I like baking though. I visited Will and Cy, uh, where they are, and they are
Yeah.
such foodies.
Oh yeah. Are they like in a city? Like
Kinda.
walkable
Yeah.
to a lot of places or
Yeah, they got like a little community area that just has like stores and stuff. It's like an outside mall.
very cool. Love that.
And we when I got there, we went to a place that they were raving about, like some chicken place that they loved, and I was kind of whatever with it. I just don't like that style of chicken. I like breading more than the chicken part.
Totally.
Then they did that. Then they got little desserts, and then we went back to their place. They talked for like a couple hours about new comics, new games, new movies, stuff like that. And then after like maybe 3 hours or something like that, they were like, "Man, I wish we can go to another place to get food, but everything's closed." I was like, "Is that what you like? You just do that to do things? Like you eat as your activity?"
That's literally like a what's his name, Jim Gaffigan joke, I think, too. Like we're just bored. Why don't we go eat something? And then after that, we should just go eat, and then maybe we can try out that new food place, and then maybe get a snack on the way.
Have you heard his
It's like
fucking it's just so dumb to me. I don't know. I feel like you eat you're never like craving something unless you are craving cuz you're hungry, you know?
yeah, they just must see food different ways because I feel like definitely definitely people do view food in a different way depending on their culture, like what they grew up eating or like their experiences when eating the food. Like it changes between everybody.
Mhm.
But they must just be like you said, foodies. I'm not super that way. I have like the rare few things I know I like, and I just get them when I need them.
Yeah. Like when you hang out with somebody, that's definitely on the cards of like, what are we gonna get for
Yeah,
food?
right.
Because maybe they
Yeah,
know a local place, or it's just a way to chat up.
yeah. A way of communicating and sharing community,
Yeah,
sharing food. That's very classic.
yeah. But I wouldn't say it's an activity
Yeah. We
unless it's
we
like
got our whole
medieval
trip planned.
times.
We're gonna eat here, then we're gonna eat here. Like,
Guys, don't worry. We're gonna fucking hit. We're gonna hit Red Robin, and then after that, we're gonna go get some snacks at Dairy Queen, and then we can get some sodas at Circle K, and then after that, we'll probably get more hungry.
that's like
So
all
we'll get more hungry
all the
so
stuff
we
you
can
do
get a
every day.
pizza on the way back home. And then when we finish that, we can I can show you this new cake that I bought and we can eat that. And how do you stay so skinny? There's not as many things to like go out and do anymore.
Yeah, I'm always like looking for something like that. I like going to new places, like new cities or whatever, because at least you can just, oh my God, it's a big fish. You can just go to some place you've never been before, and it's a new experience. But like when it's your hometown, there's like you've been there, done that. I don't know. It's
Even
not a whole lot.
well, even if like a new thing opens up, it's a new thing, so it's kind of like lame. Like it's not good yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no real support behind it. Not a whole lot of people hanging out there. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for that reason, a lot of those places don't really get off the ground. So it's like any new ideas just fucking don't last long enough to get a good following.
Hmm.
Oh my god, game is giving me insane fish. I can't believe
You got
I
Chucky.
caught any of those. Yeah, I feel like I don't know if we talked about this last time, but one of the only things that I do consistently for fun is like bowling. And
Bowling
even then
can be fun.
there's not a whole lot of bowling places out here. Um, but I realized too that I think I don't know if you have the same experience, but I definitely bowl more than I would say the average person.
Really?
Like, yeah, because I would go
Why
probably
haven't
once
we
every month,
then?
once every couple of months. Like when I hang out with my dad, I'm like, we're like, what do you want to do? Bowling is always on the table
Nico,
unless we're
let's
like
go
pretty
bowling.
tired. And we're not like professional bowlers. My dad's halfway decent. He has been for a long
Do
time.
you use the
So
walls?
like I've learned. No, never. But like I could shoot like 100 if I'm really trying.
Mm-hmm.
And if I wanted to play better, maybe I could break, 150, but I don't shoot myself much past that probably if I was like playing my best game.
Yeah.
But even still, me going once or twice a month, I think that's a pretty infrequent visitation. But most people I ask maybe go once a year, if that. It's just not really something
It's usually like a
people
birthday
do.
party thing.
Yeah, it's definitely more commonly as like a get together, an occasion to get a bunch of people to go. I've never gone just by myself, I will say, but I've thought about it a lot more recently.
Bowling's kind of like golf in the way of that it's not a very accessible thing to do, and it's
Yeah,
also all in like form and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah,
It's a lot harder to perfect than say like I don't know, shooting a basket.
yeah. Take all of your stance, your balance, your aim.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I just had like a 600 click fish, which was like 60 clicks, I think, with my rod,
Damn,
but it was too much.
that's kind of cool. Why haven't we gone?
I don't know. We definitely should. I know your dad bowls quite a bit. My dad has bowled with your dad, I'm pretty
That
sure. Uh,
my dad knows your dad.
but have we not
No, we've
gone? Maybe one
never
time?
bowled. I don't recall ever going bowling with you.
Well, we definitely should. When's the last time you went?
I think it was like one of my coworkers like get-togethers for their family, and they just invited me.
Cool.
Yeah, it's usually like that. But my dad bowls occasionally. He was part of a team, and I think
Hmm.
I want to say my mom's dad was also really good at bowling. So like, I guess
Interesting.
it's in the genes.
Yeah. It's like one of the only sports I've felt I've ever showed some kind of like talent at.
Mhm.
But I've definitely practiced it, and that's kind of the reason is I've just tried the same shot hundreds of times.
Mhm. Do you get it? Do you spin?
I do, yeah. That's my
Oh, that's a
I
talent.
prefer to throw kind of with two hands with a bit of spin.
I don't understand how they works.
I feel like I'm a kind of a noob, but I've recently been getting into like bowling YouTube
Oh,
very, very recently, which I didn't realize was there, and it's pretty small, a small community so far, but it's it's pretty funny. It's interesting what people are bringing to the table.
hmm. So yeah. Besides like that stuff, it's really some people are just like if you want to do a hangout, you either play a sport, you go
Yeah.
to eat, or you go to a bar, or
Hmm.
you go shopping.
And shopping is my least favorite of those options.
You ain't a mall
Like
guy?
if I'm a mall guy. I will say I'm a mall guy because all the stores are small. At least
That's
at the
fair.
malls I've been to. Like they're usually pretty compact, so that you can fit a lot of shops in there. and then you have your department stores at the edges that I'm never going in either way. So
Yeah.
like I hate the Macy's, J.C. Penney's. I'm not trying to go there, but I'll pop into a uh, little shop in a mall here and there. So I do like that kind of vibe, and I love a nice big food court.
You know what's a fun place to go to? Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, I do actually like kind of walking around and making fun of the silly stuff that you can find at Hobby Lobby.
You like those
There's one,
AI paintings?
yeah, they're always just random assortments of the same like search result compiled together. Just something you could easily throw together in 5 minutes and paint.
They have some good deals though on some cool
They
things.
do.
Oh,
There's one thing I regret not getting.
mm-hmm.
But like not that hard, but I definitely would have enjoyed having it. And it was this little statue of a monkey with like a video game controller in his
Oh
hand, like
god.
a little chimpanzee gamer monkey. He was so
Oh.
cool. There's just all these little tchotchkes. Oh, shrimp.
It is kind of funny. Like I got my I think I told you, but I don't remember saying it on the pod. I got my grandpa a he grills, but he also loves fishing, so I got him a fishing pole spatula. And you can actually
That's
like
so
move the
sick.
reel and stuff like that.
Oh my god, that's so sick.
It's fucking like you'll never find that anywhere. When was I ever gonna be like, I want a fishing pole spatula with fish at the end and it to be like blue and movable?
Yeah, who comes up with this idea?
I don't know. Same person that thought of the handgun lamp.
Jesus, a lamp in the shape of a handgun, or vice versa?
The stand is the handgun and the switch is the trigger.
No, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. The same
That's
person that
satisfying.
the same person that made the fishing pole spatula made a hunting rifle spatula.
Oh my god, he's got all the good ideas. He must be a millionaire.
Nah, he's in Hobby Lobby. I've liked going shopping now that I collect things a little more. I used to always just collect
Yeah.
Funkos, but now I've with the cat liking amiibos and figures and stuff, we've gone to like other spots in the mall and also like Targets and stuff to find things. It's been fun
Yeah.
because sometimes you just genuinely don't know when you're gonna get something cool.
Yeah, that's fun. I will say, like, hunting for like a specific pull or like a figure pick is a good example. I like that kind of shopping because I don't like doing it online very much. It's a different thrill when you like walk in and oh, they fucking have it.
Yeah, especially because it would be like normal price if you find it. If you try to get it online, sometimes if you want the really cool things, it's going to be a couple prices up, and you're like, "Oh, fine, I'll do it." But if you see it
Mhm.
physically, you're like,
Yeah, it's a rare fun occurrence. I don't collect enough. I've always loved Legos. I brought that up. I collect a little bit of that, but I used to collect Rubik's cubes,
mm-hmm.
decks of cards. I don't really do too much of that. I would love
Those
to
were cool.
collect any of those again.
Can you do
I gotta
card
find
tricks?
my. I used to. That's another thing I've been thinking about doing more. But like in school, it was something I could learn a card trick the night before and practice it and do it the next day. Today, it's like if I learn a new card trick, what am I gonna fucking do? Like show it to my brother? Like
Check it out.
no, like maybe if I went to work with a card trick, like I could show it to some kids in my class. But like, um, I don't know. I don't do that enough anymore.
Imagine
I was
someone,
never amazing, but it's always fun.
just someone comes over to your house and like, is this a deck of cards? And then you just light up, just yes, it is.
A card.
Check this out. Speaking of card
For this
tricks,
trick, I need a
there's
volunteer.
a
Yeah.
new thing. I won't say the name of it because it might dox. But there's a new thing around here that my dad works for where it's like a bar, but it's also a magic theater.
Fascinating.
So you go in there and it's like a magic shop. and then they're like, "Can you give me the magic words?" And you can say like "Alakazam," and then it opens the door, and then suddenly you're in a bar, and then you're in the bar for a couple hours with some entertainment, maybe a card trick or two, and then they're like, "All right, everybody, head on to the theater," and then you sit in a little theater, and a magician does his show.
That's an amazing idea. Wow. I have only seen live magic, like a real performance of live magic, like once maybe. I've seen a couple of like carnival magicians or something, like at Disneyland maybe. But it's a very rare time that I get to see someone do magic.
E-
I would love to
Even when
check that out.
we should go sometime. Even when you go, even when you see the act, like there was a couple times that I saw it that I was like, yeah, I know how it works, but it's still kind of fun to see.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, and having done a little bit of card magic and looked at so many like YouTube videos of it, there's definitely like a lot of tricks I'll say too where I'm like, oh well, I could maybe do that, but I still love it. Like either way,
Hmm.
coming up with how they did it is as fun as well.
Yeah, like there was one where I was part of the trick. Like
Oh, nice.
I think
You were like a plant.
no, I guess I think it was something along the lines of like, fuck, what was it? I think they said I had to remember a card or something. He showed me four cards, and then
Oh yeah.
he just said pick the one you want. I was like, okay, I picked it. I didn't show him. I put it back. But then when he showed the cards to the rest of the people before he picked it out or something like that,
Yeah.
my card was still there, but the rest of the cards changed. So I was like, okay.
Huh.
I was just wondering, like, did he just find my card and then just put it with a bunch of different cards and then like, all right, I know which one it is, but I'm gonna act like I don't. Like, there was something in that exchange.
Yeah. You know what? That reminds me kind of a trick that might have been a technique for him to figure out your card or something. But that's kind of fun that you noticed that.
Yeah, that's what I said to my dad that was with me. I was just like, I think, I don't think that was much of a trick because the cards changed, and I was like, most people that they wouldn't notice the other cards because they're trying to remember that one card. Because they say like, "What was your card again?" before they reveal it.
Yeah, yeah, they're trying to get you to focus on the part that's not changing so they can misdirect you from what is.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool. There was other times where you kind of saw how it works, like the typical box, like, oh, how the hell are they getting shrunk, or how the hell is their body like disappearing, or whatever, and you can
Yeah.
just kind of see how it works.
Yeah, sometimes the angles are just not very forgiving from where you're looking at it.
But then sometimes you just don't. Like it's genuinely nice when you can't figure it out.
Yeah, that's the true genuine moment.
Like there was a
That's
point
what I love.
where they made a table float, and it was very cool on how they did that. Like he was attaching, he had his hands on like a tarp part, but there was no way that was making it move like that. It didn't make sense, and
Yeah.
it didn't feel plausible that they would just have like a wire somewhere. So I genuinely don't know how they did that one. So that was cool. But there was two good moments on that show of he kept he does it with his wife, which is fun. And there was so many times that he does a trick and everybody goes like, "Wow," and he just smiles and he's like, "It's my job." He just is so proud of what he does and it's so great. And then there was
That's
another
so funny.
point where he did like a trick and just somebody in the crowd just goes like, "No fucking way," and he's like, "Way."
Uh, Comedy is such a important element in a show like that too.
Probably the most impressive trick he did was he asked people to randomly do numbers in the calculator, and then he on the calculator on your phone, and he was like, "Just plus this, minus this, multiply this. And then he was just like, all right, now look at the number we got. What are the first 6 numbers say? And then they're like, it's the date. And then the next 4 numbers is the time that he finished the trick, like on time.
That's crazy.
I don't know how
feel like
the
I've
fuck
seen,
he could do that.
I feel like I've seen someone do something similar. I have no idea how that works.
It was just crazy. Like, how did he know when to be like, and what's the time say? And it's the exact time on the phone.
Oh my god, that's wild.
Because he didn't have a phone in his hand. Like, how did he know? There was no clock in the room.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, really cool. I got to say hi to him afterwards, and I told him he was the Brian Regan of Magic. And he thought that was such a cool compliment, because I guess he did a show before his show.
Oh, really? So he even knew the guy that you were referencing?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I love that guy too, Brian Regan.
He's so fucking funny. He's the perfect embodiment of stupid humor.
Just genuinely asks the stupid, funny questions.
Have you heard of his, since we're doing it, have you heard of his bit of fishing? His fishing bit?
I feel like probably. That sounds funny.
Where he was talking about like a fishing show.
Maybe. I don't know.
He was like, I'm watching fishing. I'm not even fishing. I'm watching fishing.
Oh,
Too lazy to
recall.
fish. I'm taping fishing to watch again later. Come over. I brought a fishing tape. No, a new one.
Yeah, how fucking lazy can you be?
And then he talked about like 2 different positions of the credits of like there was the writer of the fishing show, and he's just like, writer. What are you gonna put? Like, oh, she's a beauty. And then the actor's got to be like, say your line. Oh, it's a fish, Jen. It's a beauty. Yeah, it's a beauty fish. Yeah, fish, Jen. It's a beauty fish.
Oh, thank God for the writers.
And then he was just like, I'm not making this up. This is even a worse position. Editor, this poor guy, he has to go through all the footage and be like, no. Fast forward. No. You just got the worm. You just put the worm on the line. It's just such a funny bit. Because who the fuck is talking about that?
Yeah, he just fucking finds the humor in something you never thought about.
It's like even when we saw him live before he did his special, because he used the same joke in his special, but I feel like no one's made the joke, but everybody's thought about it, about like after game time, the interviews, the like post-match press conference or whatever, and how they're just like, how come we have all this technology in the world and all these advancements, but we can't figure out why we don't give the microphone to the people asking the question? So it's just like, yes, Tyrannosaurus is my favorite dinosaur. Flamethrowers and chainsaws would be my answer.
They can just answer anything they fucking want.
Yeah, for real. Because you don't.
They're making up
What do
their
you
own
know?
questions.
You don't know. All right, starting a new thing. Starting a new thing with everything. Do you know how to do haikus?
I do know how. It's not a skill I excel at. Love those big guys. But it's a 575.
Yes.
Oh, I'm a fan.
I would like you to do a haiku.
This is a great idea.
So, 2 new traditions, or 3 new traditions. New schedule. Retrium Day is on June 16th. 16th? I thought it was 16th
16th.
because Juneteenth is 19th.
Yes.
So Retrium Day, June 16th. Be ready for that. New schedule and new tradition of ending Hydra Link podcast with a Cameron-made haiku. Go for it.
Oh yeah, let me just spit it out right now. Well, one.
Oh, so close.
Okay.
Okay, first ever.
One.
First ever
Wait.
Cameron.
Let me count this out so I don't sound like a dumbass. Okay. First ever beautiful haiku from yours truly.
Cue the compilations later down in life.
Traditions galore. To be fishing with fellas on blue sandy shores.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's crazy. What a send off.
Thank you all for being here. Thank the fellas who joined the little fishing lobby too.
We hope to do more. You get this more consistently. And hopefully we don't fuck up the schedule thing and be liars to you.
Yeah. Yeah, let us know what you guys think. Recommend some things we can start throwing in those spots.
Oh yeah,
and whatnot.
definitely. Put comments down below on anything that you would like to see, any topics you'd like us to talk about, any playthroughs, any verses, anything like that. Share it all to everybody. And yeah, you have yourself a little rest of your day.
Happy New Year. Fellas.
Happy New Year 2025. Bye.
2025.